I would also like to start off by thanking the wrestling club for purchasing our new warm-ups. That we needed. We've learned like a different team out there this year. And really in style, so thank you very much. I'd also like to start off by thanking Brad Pouts here, volunteering his time, but he was truly the second coach. Like he really put a lot of time into this year and worked really hard with these kids. So you give him a round of applause. It was no secret this year that we started off with very low numbers. I talked to the principal. I tried to get some recommendations on who should come off for wrestling in the middle school. I talked to all the middle school boys, talked to the guys that were out, trying to get them to bring a few guys down. They're just low numbers. So then I tried to go to the 5th grade. I got 25 to sign up for me. Then only 7 or 8 showed up. Then about halfway through the year, there was some disagreements that went on. First, they said they could wrestle the meets. Then they said no. Then they said just practice. And they said no. And then through all the confusion, there were still a few guys that really hung around and really came to practice every day and supported that team. And they were a part of both programs, both the middle school and elementary. I would call them up now, but I don't see a whole lot of them. But I would like to call up both Carter Sayoka and Isaac Banger. That's my blood. Now Carter Sayoka, he's in 5th grade. He attends practice at a different location. I know he battled through some injuries this year, but he did battle back and make it to state this year. So I wanted to recognize him for that. So we can give him a round of applause. Now Isaac Banker's in 4th grade. He came to every practice this year. Before state, he finished 35 and 5. And then he went to state and then became a state champ. And then he was also asked by an Illinois state wrestling team to wrestle for their state in a tournament in Tennessee, and that was the recent one, right? He's had a ton of success this year, and he gets a 50-win flag. So congratulate him.
Pretty badass, actually.
Thank you, guys. Now if I could have my middle school wrestlers that are here come up, please.
Where are you going? Go up there. Nobody wants to go up there. They're all here.
They'll look at each other like, what?
Now the nice thing about having a small team is that I can talk about each one of these guys. As a team, even though we had small numbers, I would say the highlight of our season was when we went to Kimberly, and out of 13 scheduled matches, we won 11 of them and 19 by pin. So we went in there and we just dominated. And from then on, when we walked out of that van, you guys had an intensity to you that was way different than at the beginning of the season. So really proud of these guys. I'm going to start off by talking about Matt Reese. Go ahead and stand out. Matt's extremely coachable and very easy to get along with and a lot of fun to be around. Very dedicated. I know he works with his dad very closely. So it was kind of an up and down year for Matt. He may not have met all of his goals, but at the end of the season he kicked back and he made a run for state. He didn't quite make it, but he had huge improvement from last year to this year. So he ended the season with a record of 20 wins and 7 losses. It was very commendable. Next guy I want to talk about is Trevor. Now, this is an individual who I've never seen this kind of improvement from one year to the next. Trevor, how many wins did you get last year? Okay, unlikely, but never match. So he did a really nice job. And like I said, he's 11 wins and 10 losses, so he got most improved wrestling this year. He's a true inspiration for our youth. So stick with it, and even if you're not having the success, stick with it, and you might have that success even that following year. So. Next is Jordan Bolt. Jordan, we matched up against the toughest guys this year. There's a rating system, and I may have matched him up a little bit heavier than we may have wanted to at times. But Jordan's a very strong individual, and I would never count him out in a match. He wrestled some very exciting matches this year, and his record before state was 29-8. So he's a state qualifier, and he's the co-captain for next year. Nice job. Next is Jacob Banker. Now Jacob is very dedicated. He's a natural leader. Our youth look to him for direction, and it's very interesting to watch him at the end of the season because he takes his intensity level up to the next level. And he's actually a kid who I actually got the chance to wrestle with a few times this year. And I really enjoyed that, and I'd like to congratulate him on his success not only at state, but also at nationals. He did very well, too. So he is the co-captain. Before state, he was 31-17. So he'll get the 40 wins, you'll get the co-captain for next year, and the MVP for this year. So thank you. Lastly, I'd just like to take this opportunity to say that I am stepping down after this last year. I just want to thank all the parents and everyone who supported me over the last 3 years. Just want to really concentrate on my teaching. So I just thank you again for the last 3 years, and I appreciate it. And then Brad wanted to say a few words before we end.
Hi, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Brad Reynolds. I grew up here, went to high school here. Most of you, I think, know me by now. One of the things I want to say about these guys here, we don't have a lot of them, but these guys are uber talented, and I expect big things from them. And I am going to work my butt off to get more guys out to join our family and keep us competitive and work on helping these guys become better people, not just wrestlers. I respect these guys like, boy, and they earned my respect. And it's not easy all the time. You know, sometimes they get mad at me in practice. Sometimes they don't want to do everything. But, you know, they know that I'm looking out for them. And this right here is the nucleus, the future of our high school team. And I think that every single one of these guys can be at the state high school tournament if they stick it out and they really buy in. And I guarantee you, I am going to work my butt off to make us a very good wrestling program for the next decade or two. Thank you very much. And if you guys, anybody wants to come up and talk to me that doesn't know me, I'm more than happy to answer any one of your questions. And thank you guys. You guys made this experience a great experience for me. And I'm all